Richie po. Okay, if you want to continue, go ahead. Okay, everybody. So now let's go to the next item. So far, so good. You know the mechanics. Now, if you want to know the mechanics on how to solve for the z-score, ito yun. Remember this formula. The formula that you're going to use for z-score is right over here. Z is equivalent to x minus the mu divided by the quantity of sigma divided by the square root of n. So therefore, ito ang kailangan mo i-simplify bago yung x minus mu to give you z. Okay? So yun ang kailangan mo gagawin. That is what you're going to do. Now let's see if we know this problem. Let's do this. Mousy loves the characters of Tiny Defense, but the only thing there is, he's curious about how many seconds later does a hyperjet come during his period of emergence. Okay, so in this scenario, it's just like the one that I told you last time in, in the problem 2-9 when we were using a normal distribution about gunboats, diba? Ngayon naman, we are now using hyperjet because that's Mousy's role in Tiny Defense. He is a hyperjet. The only thing there is he's curious about how many seconds later does a hyperjet come during his period of emergence. So, do I remember a period of emergence, like for example, the hyperjet should come in 2 minutes and 5 seconds of the game. So, how many seconds late? Like for example, he will come maybe 2 seconds late, 5 seconds late, yung mga ganon. So, let's see what is the information. After he had played the last stand of level 4-3, he found out that the hyperjets emerged into the scene 5 seconds later from his period of emergence, which is the mean. Okay, so do I remember if we work on our normal distribution, what is the mean? The mu is 5 seconds later. Then, let's identify what our standard deviation is. So the standard, dude, if you need to clean your nose, clean it first. Okay, so are you cleaned up now? Yep. Okay, he found out that the hyperjets emerged into the scene 5 seconds later from the mean, which is from the period of emergence, which is the mean. So 5 seconds late. Later, and then, with a standard deviation of 4 seconds, with a corresponding standard deviation of 4 seconds. Okay, so yun ang sigma. Ang sigma ay 4. Pero, look at this. Ang mean namin ay 5 at yung standard deviation ay 4. That is for normal distribution. And there's no such thing as negative seconds. So, kailangan dapat, we need it positive. Kaya nga, we need to sample it. So, how do we sample it? Thus, the number of hyperjets seen in this level pertains to the samples. Okay. So, ang n, that pertains to how many hyperjets are depicted in a level. Pero, how many hyperjets are there? If you play level 4-3 constantly, I know talaga the game flow. Because the hyperjets come here. In the first wave, it comes once. Diba? After the 2 jetpackers there and the 2 gunboats, there comes an overtaking hyperjet. And that is one of the hyperjets there. Isa. Tapos, sa second wave, may isa. Tapos after that, there are 2 jetpackers. And then sa second wave, mayroon tayong isang jetpacker. So, dalawa. Pag sa third wave, may dalawang hyperjets. 3 jetpackers, 2 hyperjets, and 3 gunboats. And then sa final wave, and then after that, there was an overtaking hyperjet before the final wave. Then, sa final wave, tatlo. So therefore, how many hyperjets are there? 8. So our n is 8. 8 hyperjets. But before we solve for it, we need to convert our standard deviation first. So we have our standard deviation, which is 4, and then our square root of n, which is 8. But look, the square root of 8 cannot be taken by a number. Remember when we take the square root of numbers, if we know that a number cannot be taken by a square root, therefore, we're going to have to use a calculator. Pero it can be easily be taken by a square root. Like for example, in our first problem, square root of 9 is 3. Square root of 16 is 4. Pero dito naman, square root of 8. Can we take the square root of 8? We cannot. However, we can simplify the square root of 8 by multiplying it by 2. By dividing it by 2. So square root of 8, so 8 divided by 2 is 4. And square root of 4, if we write it as a product, remember this will become 4 times 2. The 4 will become 2 times the square root of 2. Diba? And according to my theoretical system, the square root of 2 is 1.14. So 2 times 1.414 is, 2.828 something. Let's see it in Excel. So, yes, ito yun. Di ba, remember, this is the square root of, ano yun? The square root of 8. The square root of 8 is 2.28 something. 2.828427. But if I were to do this, diba remember, this is 4 divided by the square root of 8. This will become 1.142. Teka, does that remind me of something? It reminded me talaga of when we take the square root of 4. Maybe it's just that we combine this into lowest terms. I think. Kasi po, diba remember, 4 divided by square root of 4, and then divide the square root of 2, this one becomes 2. And then this one cancels. So therefore, we have 1 and, tama nga, it's 2 divided by the square root of 2. And 2 divided by the square root of 2, if you were to rationalize the denominator, therefore, it's 2 times the square root of 2. And 2 times the square root of 2 is 1.4. So therefore, it will go like this. 4 divided by the square root of 8, which will become 1.14. Hey, wait a second. Gets ko na. Maybe because of this one. Di ba remember, this is square root of 4, di ba? The square root of 4 is ano yun? 2. Di ba? The square root of 4 is 2. And then, 2 divided by 4, that becomes 2. And then, di ba remember, we have 2 divided by the square root of 2. Tama nga. Pero never mind, I'm not so sure if this is right. Pero yun nga, okay? 2 divided by the square root of 2, if we were to apply the laws of exponents, never mind na. Or let's try it again. 2 times square root of 2. Tama, that's not supposed to be the right answer. Kasi po, ang standard deviation ay 4 divided by the square root of 8. So when we do square root of 8, that's square root of 4 times square root of 2. And square root of 2, do I remember 4 divided by the square root of 2, that becomes 2. Diba? And then 4 divided by 2, this becomes 2 on the top. Then 2 divided by the square root of 2. And then when we rationalize the denominator, this, gets ko na. This one will become, tama, that's square root of 2. I forgot. That simplifies. So tama, square root of 2 lang. That's it. Because the square root of 2 times the square root of 2 gives you the square root of 4. And the square root of 4 becomes square root of 2. Becomes 2. Then 2 divided by 2 is just 1. So you're just left with square root of 2. So tama nga. So therefore, it's plus square root of 2 plus square root of 2 plus square root of 2. So therefore, the square root of 2 is our new standard deviation. So going back to our number. So remember, our mean is 5, diba? 5 seconds later than the mean. So this one would be 5 plus the square root of 2. And then plus square root of 2 plus square root of 2. And then plus square root of 2 plus square root of 2 plus square root of 2. Then this one is minus the square root of 2 once. Then this one minus the square root of 2 twice. Then this one is minus the square root of 2 3 times. Or maybe, in short, you can just say 3 times this one. Parang siyang ganun. Para to make things easier, we just make it plus 1.14. Na lang. Plus 1.14, that becomes 6.14. Diba? 6.414. This one becomes 8, di ba? That becomes 7.82. 7.82, di ba? Or if I were to try 5 plus square root of 2 plus square root of 2, yun nga, we still get the same answer. Then here, we add another square root of 2. Tama, we should get 9.24. So 9.24, that is the square root of, that is 3. So this is 5. And then this one, it's minus square root of 2. This one is 5 minus square root of 2 minus square root of 2. Then this one is 5 minus square root of 2 minus square root of 2. Then minus square root of 2. Diba? And if we do that, it will go like this. So doing this once, think I'll play some music first. Please wait. Okay, so now I already solved for everything. So now we know that if it's standard sampled, the mean is 5, and then for every of the standard deviations, this will be your values. Although I can't write the accurate values of square roots of those, pero okay lang yun. Anyway, basta our clue is, it's in between those values. Now let's go to the questions. Letter A, sabi dito, a second later from the mean time pertains to what z-score value? Okay, so di ba remember, a second later from the mean time, di ba remember what is the mean time? The mean time is 5 seconds. Pero, a second later from the mean time, that is 6 seconds. Di ba remember, sabi dito, the mean is 5. Di ba? He emerges into the scene 5 seconds later from the mean. So what is the z-score if it were second later than the mean time? Do you remember what is my grammar when I tell you later than what time? Let's say, for example, right now, it's 9:25. So, therefore, 5 minutes before 9:30. Diba? If you want to say 5 minutes later than 9:30, diba 9:30 is already the time when you're gonna watch Slay sa GMA. If you're 5 minutes late to watch Slay, that's 9:35. Tama? Pero dito, it says a second later from the mean time. Diba? The mean time is 5. So, if you say a second later, that is 6 seconds. But, if you look at the distribution, where on earth is the 6 seconds? We are not so sure where because there's no accuracy value of 6. Pero, the clue is, it should be somewhere in between the two values. And we know it's in between 5 and 6. So, yun. Now, we need to solve for the z-score. So, therefore, we apply the formula. 6 minus 5 divided by 4 divided by the square root of 8. So now we just apply the formula. This one becomes 1. This one becomes 2 divided by the square root of 8. And 2 divided by the square root of 8, if remember we simplified this. 2 divided by the square root of 8, we multiply by the square root of 8 on both sides. This one will become the square root of 64. And the square root of 64 is just 8. Diba? And then 2 divided by 8, this one becomes 1, this one becomes 4. So therefore, it's the square root of 8 divided by 4. Tama? And square root of 8 divided by 4, if I remember correctly, diba, square root of 8 can be written as square root of 4 times square root of 2. Diba? Divided by 4. The square root of 2, then it's 2 divided by 4. So, tama, it's square root of 2 divided by 2. Teka lang that's not even right. Sige, I'll do it na lang via CalQ. Okay, so that is our standard deviation. Remember, standard deviation is 1.4. Okay? 1.414. So, ito yun. Diba remember, to standardize, remember, we standardize our z-score. 6, then diba remember, the mean is 5, and then our standard deviation is 4, divided by the square root of 8. And 4 divided by the square root of 8, that's, ano yun? 1.14. Clean your nose first. Let's play music muna. Okay, so now we have this one, 6 minus 6 and 5, and then the square root of, and then we have this one, 4 divided by the square root of 8. Therefore, our z-score is 0.7. So therefore, it's right here, 0.7. Ito siya, yung 6-second point. Okay? That's for letter A. So if we were to do this in details, of course, that'll be a bit more tougher to solve for the answer. And of course, diba, remember, we have to simplify muna. Diba? Ay, tama. That's supposed to be, ano to? 4 divided by the square root of 8. So, tama nga. This one, 4 divided by the square root of 8. If I were to simplify this one will just become 4. This one can't be 2. So, dapat this one will become, so therefore, if we simplify this one will become, ano to? 4, tapos this one, square root of 4 times square root of 2. This one becomes 2. This one becomes 2 divided by the square root of 2. So, tama nga. Then 1 divided by 2 divided by the square root of 2. Therefore, tama, it's just square root of 2 divided by 2. Yun. It might be a bit tough. Never mind na, basta that's how we do it. Next, 3 seconds earlier from the mean time pertains to what z-score value? Okay, for this problem, 3 seconds earlier than the mean time. So, 3 seconds earlier, remember the mean is 5. So, 3 seconds earlier must be 2 seconds. So, where do you think is 2 seconds? The clue is right here. In between 0.75 and 2.17. So, dito siya. So, therefore, it's in between negative 2 to negative 3. And as we standardize this, we type here, standardize 2, 5, and then the z-score, and then the standardized standard deviation, which is 1.14 at A205 that you see right there. And we get negative 2.12, which is somewhere closer to the negative 2. Correct. Yun. Next, number 3. Letter 3, or letter C. Find the probability of having a hyperjet emerging to the scene not later than 8 seconds. Okay, di ba it says not later than 8 seconds? Let's say, for example, if you arrive at school not later than 5 minutes, that means you're earlier than 5 minutes. Okay? So, therefore, not later than 8 seconds, that's supposed to be, di ba remember, that when the hyperjet emerges into the scene, ito yun, from 0.75 up to 8. Not later than 8 seconds. So, dapat should be earlier. But where do you think 8 seconds is? We don't know. Pero we know that 8 seconds, it should be in between the two values. And what are those two values? 7.82 and 9. So, dito siya. So, therefore, it's within this entire boundary. Ito yun. Ito yung kailangan namin hanapin. Which is shaded in red. Lahat yung naka-shade sa red, ito yun. So, that's letter C. Now, we apply the formula. So, let's find out what that z-score is when we standardize it. So, as we standardize that z-score, when we standardize this, we standardize then 8, 5, then standard deviation of 1.14. The z-score is, tama, 2.12. 2.12. And looking at our z-table, where do you think 2.12 is? It's 48.30%. 48.30%. Then plus 50. So that's 98.3. Tama. It's the same. That's the same answer as what I got here. So, ang ginawa ko dito, normal distribution, A, 5, and then A205, which is the standard deviation here, and then I type 2 because we want the normal distribution to start from the negative infinity up to where it will stop. And then we got 98%. That's right. Next, letter D. Ito na yung tanong. So, for letter D, the question is, find the probability that a hyperjet will enter the scene before the 4th second from its period of emergence. So, di ba remember, 4th second from its period of emergence, di ba remember sabi ko dito, a 4th second. Di ba remember, there are, ano yun, the hyperjet appears during its period of emergence, di ba? 5, which is, ano yun, 0. Pero, in average, he appears 5 seconds late. Pero, sabi dito, finding of the hyperjet emerging to a scene before the 4th second. So, let's draw another normal curve. Let's draw another curve. Meanwhile, I'll let you listen to music first. Alright, now back to the problem. Now, let's go back to what I was saying. In this problem, di ba sabi ko dito, finding a probability that a hyperjet emerging to the scene before the 4th second. So, dapat before 4 seconds. Now, where do you think is 4 seconds? Dito siya, di ba? In between 1 and 0. It's supposed to be finding somewhere here. Ito yung kailangan namin hanapin. Yan. Di ba? So, it's on that negative side. Now, we apply the formula. So, therefore, we have 4 minus 5 divided by 4 divided by the sigma of 8. Diba? That is our z-score. Ito yung kailangan namin hanapin. Pero since we have a hard time doing that, we need to use the standardized formula. So if we standardize this outcome, let's do this again. So we standardize this one, 4, 5, and 8 to 5, that's negative 0.707. So therefore, it should be here in this z-score, negative 0.70. Ito siya. So tama, it's supposed to be this formula because it starts from negative infinity. So therefore, it's normal dot distribution 4, 5, then a standard deviation, and then true to give you the probability. And if you do that, you get 23.9%. If we were to search for it in our z-table, diba, we're supposed to get this answer. So diba, remember what is the z-score? Z-score, 0.7. And the z-score of 0.7 is 25.80. So 25.8 and then 5. So we subtract. This one becomes 0, 2, 9, 4, 2. Tama, it's somewhat similar to 24.20%. Although that may not be the accurate value. Kasi nga, this one is just the rounded version. But the more accurate version is this negative 0.071067 blah blah blah. Diba? Now, imagine, let's say, for example, if we type normal standard distribution, then click on the z-score, then true, let's see if you will still get the same answer of 23.975%. Yes, you will still get the same answer. Tama! So, therefore, yun ang sagot. Last but not least, letter E, translate a z-score of negative 2.7 to its normal score based on the problem. O yan, that one is very easy. This one, you need to find for the raw score. That means, how many seconds does a hyperjet appear within that time limit during his period of emergence? Diba, his period of emergence is, ano yun? The average is 5. Pero, if that were so, what is that z-score? With a z-score of negative 2.47. So we write there negative 2.47, which is z, and then let's identify. We have x minus the mu, diba? Our mu is 5, and then we have sigma, which is 4, divided by the standard deviation of 8. Tama? That's the problem. Now, we simplify 4 divided by the square root of 8, and we get 1.14. So this one, we have to simplify this first. And then we multiply both sides by 4 divided by the square root of 8. This one crosses out, and this one, you're multiplying by this one, diba? Yan. So, we do that one first. Ito yun. So, 2.47 times this one. Let's see. Negative 2.47 times this one, and you should get negative 3.9. So, this is the answer, negative 3.9, and then we have x minus 5. Then add 5 to both sides. Therefore, this is 5. Subtracting that, you should get 51. And this one becomes 2.51. So, therefore, that and 1.5. Tama. It's rounded. So, therefore, that is the score. Then we add 5, which is the mean. So, tama, that's 1.50. 1.506. Or here, I got 1.51, which is the rounded version. So, therefore, the answer is before a second and a half. So, tama. If you draw the normal curve, as you can see here, diba, remember, we have 0, 1, 2, 3, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. Diba, z-score of negative 2.47. Diba, this one, it's in between the two scores of 0.75 and 2.17. Therefore, for a z-score like that, it's within a second and a half. 1.5 seconds. So, before a second and a half, it should be somewhere here, sa gitnaan. So, tama. That is the answer. You got it. Now, for our next problem, let's go to the next problem. Are you ready for more? There's always more. So, now let's go to the next problem. Letter number 34. Here's the question as follows. Are you ready? Let's do this. Eisler Spencer Go. Okay, Eisler, shout out to you, bro. Because Eisler is one of my best friends in church. And he's one of my buddies there. So, Brother Eisler, if you're listening to my video right now, shout out to you po. Because I know you're my brother, and I want you to pray for my studies because this is a video dedicated to my sponsors out there who want to learn stats and probs. So yeah, so now let's go to this question. Eyster Spencer took an IQ test together with 34 other students. The mean of the IQ score is 98 with a standard deviation of 5. Teka, we are supposed to be doing sampling distribution, pero this is a normal distribution. Teka lang, kiddos. Huwag ka mag-alala. Huwag ka na magtataka. Di ba nagtataka ka that this is a normal distribution problem? Because the mean score is 98 and the standard deviation is 5. Ito na yung true story. Later, as we go farther, I will show you what I mean. Let's answer the questions first. Letter A. Assuming that we have a normal distribution, find the probability of a student who has an IQ greater than the mean but less than 110. Okay, so first of all, let's draw the normal curve as follows. Normal distribution. So the normal distribution, ito yung normal curve. So what is our mean? Our mean is 98. So ang mean namin ay 98. Tama? 98 ay yung mean namin. Tama? And a standard deviation of 5. So 103, 108, 113, 93, 88, 83. Okay, so that is our normal distribution. Tama? Now the question is, assuming that we have a normal distribution, find the probability of selecting a student who has an IQ grade that is greater than the mean but less than 110. So, ibig sabihin, greater siya than the mean, diba? Ang mean namin ay 98. Pero, less than 110. Nasaan kaya yung 110 dito sa distribution? Wale. Pero, one thing to insinuate, meron tayong clue. It's in between these two values, 108 and 113. So, dito siya. So, therefore, ito ang kailangan namin hanapin. Lahat yung naka-shaded, ibig sabihin, ito yung kailangan namin hanapin. Yan. And now, we look for the corresponding z-score. We know that the z-score is in between 2 to 3. Tama? So, now, let's apply typing it. So, we type there the z-score. So, this z-score here, we are using the normal z-score. We have 110 minus 98 divided by the standard deviation of 5. Walang square root pa because this one, di ba sabi ko dito, this is a typical normal distribution problem. Wala muna standard deviation of n. Okay? So, when we do this, we become 12 divided by 5. That becomes 2 and 2/5. So, 2 and 2.4. So, therefore, that is the z-score. So, when we standardize it, it's 2.4. So, where's 2.4 in our z-table? 2.4 is right over here, which corresponds to a z-score of the probability of 49.18%. Yan. So, dito siya. And, did we get an answer right? Yes. The answer we get is 49.18%. When we apply this in Excel, we do normal distribution of 110, 98, and 5 and true minus normal distribution, or you can type normal standard distribution of 0, 1, and then true, because that's the mean. Diba? Because it starts from the mean. And therefore, that's the answer in letter A. Next, letter B. Same as letter A, but find the probability of selecting students whose IQ scores are higher than 104. Okay, ito na yun. Diba, 104 is somewhere here. So, therefore, it should be here. It's right here. 104 should be in between the z-score of 1 to 2. So, first, we do 104 minus 98 to give us 6. 6 divided by 5 is 1.2. And the z-score of 1.2 is, looking at our z-table, 1.2 is 38.49%. 38.49%. Pero teka, that's not the probability because that's from the mean. Kasi ang kailangan namin more than. So, kailangan namin i-subtract. So, therefore, this becomes 1, this becomes 1, this becomes 5. Tama ba? 5. And then, 1. So, therefore, the probability is 11.51%. Did we get that one right? Yes, 11.50 or 11.51%, which is the exact. Ang ginawa ko dito, 1 minus normal distribution of this one because if we do this in Microsoft Excel, diba, normally it will start from here, negative infinity. But it will keep on going until the positive infinity. Pero we know that the areas underneath the normal curve is 1. So, we want the one that is within this boundary. So, we have, diba, we know everything's on 1. All the probability values underneath the normal curve is 1. So, 1 minus whatever, where it stops, that would be your answer, which is this one. the remnant. Okay? So that's our answer in letter B. Next, letter C. Letter C, what's the question? Ang sabi dito, same as letter A. But how many students got an IQ score lower than 86? So where do you think 86 is in our normal distribution? 86 is right here. But we need to know what is the z-score. To do that, we have 86 minus 98 equals negative 12. We have negative 12, right? And negative 12 divided by negative 5, teka, that's the same as negative 2.4. So therefore, that's already the same as 0.550 minus 49.18. Doing that will give you 0, 1, 1. Is that 8? 8, 2. So therefore, that's 1.82%. And then from there, we have to multiply that by the population. So this one, ang ginawa ko dito, wait, tama. That's right. This is supposed to be ano to. Kasi nga ang sabi ko dito, I wrote there 106. That was my mistake. That one, it's supposed to be 86 pala, not 106. I got it wrong. I'm sorry, my bad. This is supposed to be 86 pala. And that's supposed to be the correct answer. 0.08. The correct answer is 0.0812. Nama ba? Because 86 minus 98 is 0.089. So, diba remember, if we do that, this is supposed to be ano to? If we standardize this answer, we should get 88, 86, 98, 5. The answer we get is negative 2.4. And we locate for negative 2.4 in our Z table. Therefore, the answer that we get is 2.4 is 49.18. And 50% minus 49.18, diba? This is 0.5 minus 0.4918. We're supposed to get 0.082 or 0.82%. Yun na talagang sagot namin. It's supposed to be getting there. So, tama nga, that's the right answer. That's supposed to be the right answer. Pero, that's not the answer. Kasi bang sabi ko dito, how many students got an IQ score like that? So, therefore, for this particular matter, you have to multiply. So, therefore, the probability in decimal, you have to multiply that by ano yun, not by 100, pero by 34 other students. Kasi nga sabi dito sa problem, Eister took a score together with 34 other students. Pero, kasama si Eister dyan. So, therefore, you need to multiply that by 35. So, therefore, ang tamang sagot dyan ay 28 students. So, the correct answer is supposed to be 28 students. Yun nga. Because, diba, remember, we have to multiply this by 35, diba? And that's supposed to be in this answer. So, tama, that's supposed to be the answer. Teka lang I don't think this is right. Kasi po, this is more negative. This is super negative talaga. And I'm afraid talaga, this might not be the right answer. Kasi nga, sabi dito, it should be more than and we cannot have 0.2869 as the answer. Even though we multiply by the population. That will make it false. So maybe you can just say na one of the persons got that score. That's all I can say. Okay, so that's answer letter C. Next, letter D. Now, ito na yung totoong kwento yung sinabi ko sa'yo. Di ba sabi ko kanina that you are asking me, Sir, bakit normal distribution tayo? Akala ko central limit theorem na tayo. Ito na yung totoong kwento. Ngayon, if Eister asked 10 students regarding about their IQ scores, yan, di ba? So, tinanong siya na, so let's say for example, pagkatapos ng exam, di ba, remember, you got na your results na, di ba? And then, you can also share your score with your friends. Let's say, for example, gusto ni Eisler na bahagi niya yung score niya sa mga kaibigan niya sa score, sa IQ exam. Sabi niya, oh bro, tingnan mo yung score namin, no? Ano yung score mo? Oh, parang okay naman, hindi naman siya halata, yung mga ganun, di ba? Pwede siya magchika tungkol sa mga scores niya. So, yan. So, he will ask 10 students regarding about it. Of course, he can't ask everyone. So, he can only ask 10. So that is the point. If ICER asked 10 students regarding about their IQ scores, so now we already have a sample, and our sample is 10. So let lowercase n be 10. Tama? So that is the value of n. Now, therefore, if we solve for our z-score, our z-score will become x minus the mu, which is 98, divided by 5, divided by the square root of 10. So this one will be done first. Not like kanina, our standard deviation is just 5. Ngayon, we have 5 divided by the square root of 10. Now, going back to the problem. Sabi ko dito, if ICER asked 10 students regarding about their IQ scores, a student who scored 95 IQ points pertains to what z-score. In a normal distribution, di ba, this is the normal distribution. 95 is somewhere here. Pero, our standard deviation is just 5 points. Pero, since we're talking about a sample distribution, we have to make another normal curve. Here's the second normal curve that I'm telling you. Of course, our mean will still be the same. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 Z scores. And our mean will still be 98. Pero ang value ng standard deviation ay nagkakaiba. Bakit? Kasi nga we have 5 divided by the square root of 10. If you look, as you can see ito in Microsoft Excel, this is the square root of 10. And this one, ang ginawa ko dito, 5 divided by the square root of 10, and we get 1.58. So therefore, this becomes 99.58. Diba? So this one becomes 98 plus this one. And then this one, plus another this one, to give you 101.16. And then another one, plus this one, to give you 102.74. On the other hand, if I were to change this to subtraction, this one will become 93.25. See the difference? Let's say, and then this is for standard deviation of -2, 94.83. And then we have, the standard deviation of 1. We have, yes, 96.4. Okay, so now that will be our new score. That is for sampling distribution. So do you notice the difference, class? Ito yung naka-green, that is for a normal distribution. Ito yung naka-red, that is for a sampling distribution. Diba? This one, we have a normal distribution. This one, nakasample na yun. Now, the question is here. What is the question? Find the z-score. A student who scored 95 IQ points pertains to what z-score. We do not know where 95 is in our distribution. Pero we know it's somewhere in between -2 to -1. So now all we have to do is to just standardize. And when we do that, we standardize 95, 98, and then 8210, which is 1.58. And what do we get? The answer that we get is -1.89, which is almost to 2. Tama. Next, letter E. Same as letter D. But find the probability that the students will get an IQ score less than 97. For this problem, we are not so sure exactly kung nasan yung 97. Pero good news, it should be somewhere here. So dito siya. Diba? And we do something like this. We draw the curve like that, and then we put a shade. So this is what it's asking for. It's asking for the score that is within this boundary. So 97 is right in between the Z score of -1 and 0. Tama? Okay. So now we type this in Excel to give you the probability and to standardize this outcome. We standardize this first. So type standardize. Wait, I forgot standardize. And then we have 97, 98, and then our standard deviation is this one na, hindi 5. Kasi nga, since we're using sample distribution, therefore, nagbabago na ang standard deviation. At tama, it should be in between, it's in -0.63. Dito siya. Ito na yun, -0.63. Now, we need to find -0.63 on our Z table. So, where is 0.63? 1, 2, 3. 23.57. So, 50% minus 23.97. Tama ba? 23.27 ba to? Ay, mali. 57 pala to. So, this one becomes 2. This one becomes 6. This one becomes 4, 3. So, therefore, the correct answer is 26.53%. Tama? 43%. Ito na yung sagot. Pero, this one is just the approximation value. This one I got here. The one I got in Microsoft Excel is the accurate value. Yun ang sagot. That is for sample. But later, as we go farther into the problems, I will show you how is it different from a normal distribution. O let's try naman kung nasa normal distribution. We know in sampling distribution, that's 26.43%. But let's say kaya, if we're using normal distribution, kung nasa normal distribution, we know that 97 is somewhere here. Tama? Diba? So therefore, you expect a z-score to be different. So kung sa sampling distribution, ang z-score ay nasa negative 0.63, pero kapag sa normal distribution, let's say for example, our z-score is back to 5. What is our z-score? It's negative 0.2. Dito siya. See the difference? And then 0.2, that's 7.93%. Then 50 minus 7.93, this becomes 4, 2, 0, 7. See the difference? See the difference between the two probability outcomes? So yan. That is how normal distribution and sampling distribution are somewhat similar, but they're different in value because of the standard deviation. Although the mean is still in the same exact location, pero the standard deviations are different. One time, I will show you how it's meant to be done if we put the two distributions together. Now, let's go to the last problem. Letter F. Sabi dito sa letter F, di ba remember sa letter F, ang sabi ko dito, find the probability that, same as letter D, sampling distribution pa tayo, that after asking the scores about their IQ, the result above is 102. Yan, is above 102. So, the result is above 102, nasan yun? Dito siya. On top of 3. Before 3. But we are not so sure where that is. Kaya first, we need to standardize. To standardize this in Excel, ito na yun. So, we standardize 102, and then 98, and then our standard deviation is this 1.58 something. And therefore, tama. It should be 2.52, 2.53. It's right here. And then we locate it on our Z table. Nasaan yung 2.53? It's 49.43%. So 50 minus 49.43, this one becomes 0.057. So the answer is 0.057%. Tama, that's the same answer as what we got here. And we got it. Thank the Lord. Now, before we rest, I still have one more problem to show you. Okay? Now, let's go to the next item. Item number 35. Last na to ha. Then after that, pwede tayo magpahinga. Here's the problem. Jana went to National Bookstore to buy some fiction novels for her to read since she loves prolonged reading, especially when she's quite bored. Ito na talaga yung scenario. Now, here are the following facts. The average number of pages in a novel book is 150 with a standard deviation of 15. This one is a normal distribution. So, for the first three problems, we're using a normal distribution. Sabi dito sa letter A, assuming that the variable is normally distributed, find the probability that the book she will read is less than 125 pages. Before that, let's draw the graph. So, ito yung muna yung graph. Diba remember, our mean is 0, 1, 2, 3, negative 1, negative 2, negative 3. Tapos, diba remember, we have the... Okay. So, what is our mean? Our mean is 150. The average number of pages is 150. Then, the standard deviation is 15. So, this is 165, 180, 15, diba? 195. On this side, this is 135, 120, 105. Okay? So, yan. Ito na yung mga questions. Now, the question is, assuming that the variable is normally distributed, find the probability that the book she will read is less than 125 pages. Mabilis lang yun. Don't panic. It's very easy. You just apply lang the normal distribution formula. So, where is 125? Dito siya. Although it's not seen in the distribution, pero we know it's in between the two values of 120 to 135. Hence, if we standardize this, 125 minus 150, this is negative 25. Negative 25 divided by 5, tama ba? 15, that's the same as negative 5 thirds. Negative 5 thirds is the same as 1 and 2 thirds, which is negative 1.6667. Yun na yung z-score. So, locating for 1.6667, therefore, it is 45.15%. And 50 minus 45.15, this becomes 0.485. So, that is the answer. Okay? Let's see if I got that one right. Later na lang, para mas mabilis. Next, letter B. Find the probability that a book will contain at least 140 pages but less than 185 pages. Parang siyang normal distribution lang ah. It's like a review. So, where's 140? Dito siya. Although we are not so sure where exactly that is. But less than 185. Dito siya. And then, we shade whatever is being asked. So, it's asking for 140 to 185 pages. So, dito siya within this boundary. Okay? Yun. And then, we have 150, 140 minus 150, that's negative 10, divided by 15, that's negative 2 thirds, which is the same as negative 0.66, negative 0.67. Ito yun. Tapos, sabi dito, 185 minus 150, 185 minus 150, 535. 35 divided by 15, that's 7 over 3. And 7 over 3 is the same as 2 and 1 thirds. So that's 2.33333. Dito siya. Now we need to find the z-scores. Now we need to find the corresponding probability of both. So 0.62, 23.24%. Ito yun. That is for the left. Then for the second one, which is on this side, 2.33, 49.1%. So plus 49.01. Then we add this up together. So this becomes 5, 2, 12, and 72. So therefore, the probability is 72.75%. Yun. Diba? Let's see if we're correct later on. Next, letter C. If the probability is 5.26% from the negative tail of the distribution, that pertains up to how many pages does the book contain? Okay, here's a tricky question. Kasi nga dito, sabi dito, if the probability is 5.26% from the negative tail of the distribution, ganito siya. Di ba, remember ito yung normal distribution mo. So, yung 5.26% ay dito. It pertains to the negative tail. It is from the negative tail. Dito siya. That pertains to up to how many pages does the book contain. That one, we are going to use Microsoft Excel to answer it. Pero, if we are not using Microsoft Excel, ito yun. So, first of all, we have 50 minus 5.26. This one will become 4. This one will become 4. This will become 7 and 4. So, this is 44.74%. Now, we locate for the Z table for that corresponding probability value. Where do you think is that 44.74? Dito siya, sa 1.62. So, therefore, it's right here. C equals 1.62. So, that is the z-score. Now, all we have to do is to apply the formula of z-score, confining the raw score. So, you have 1.62 x minus 150 divided by the standard deviation of 15. Multiplying both sides by 15. Therefore, we should get 10. This is 31, 15, 162, 1, 3, 11, 3. Then 2 decimal points. So, 31.2. Tama ba? Equals x minus 150. Then plus 150. So, tama nga, that's 181. And 181 should be... Teka, that's not it. Mali yun. I'm very certain mali yun. Kasi but that's not the answer I was looking for. Check ko lang sa Microsoft Excel kung tama, okay? So, let's go back to the Microsoft Excel. So, di ba sabi ko dito, this is the answer, di ba? So, for letter A, the answer that we're supposed to get is 46. What's the answer ba? .8%. Am I right? di ba what, it was normal distribution, 125, 150, 15, and true. Di ba sabi ko dito, that's supposed to be negative, di ba? Kasi sabi ko dito, assuming that the variable is normal distributed, find the probability that the book she will read is less than 125 pages. And that's supposed to be 4.77%. Tama, it's supposed to be right over here. Dito siya. 4.77. Which is 50 minus 45. 15%. Yun nga. Tapos, sa letter B, this one is this one. Kasi nga sabi ko dito, it should be in between the two scores. Dito siya. So, tama, we got the right answer, which is 72.25%, which is almost 73. Tama nga. Tama nga. Then we subtract. And then this one, sa letter C, this one is normal inverse. So, that's supposed to be 125 pages. Gets ko na. I think I got the wrong answer. Kasi nga sabi ko dito, that's supposed to be from the negative tail. 0.0526, then 150, then 15. So, therefore, that's supposed to be inverse. So, ang ginawa ko dito, that's supposed to be 125 pages that I got. So, yan. Last but not least, let's go to letter D. If Jana were to buy 25 books, find the probability that the book is at most 160 pages. So, for this one, we are going to use a sampling distribution method. Letter D. If Jana bought 25 books, find the probability that the book is at most 160 pages. So, do I remember this one? We are buying 25 books now. So, therefore, do I remember what's the standard deviation? The standard deviation is 15. And then divide by the square root of 25. Diba? So, 15 divided by the square root, divided by 5, which is 3. So, now our new standard deviation is 3. Diba? Yun. So, that will be our sample distribution. The sampling distribution. So, at most 160 pages, of course, dito yung 160. In between the 3. So, that would be implying linear interpolation to find it. And that's already like mga, diba, if we were to standardize this will become 160 minus 159, 150, divided by 3. And this will become 10 divided by 3. That becomes 3.33333 and a bunch of 3's. And there's no 3.33. So, therefore, para mas mabilis, we apply the normal distribution in Excel. So, normal distribution, at most, that means less than 160 pages. So, this is the formula, diba? And then, 8216, that is our 15 divided by the square root of 25. Ito yun. So, 15, square root of 25 is 5, and 15 divided by 5 is 3. So, yun. And the probability is 99.9%. Yun na yung sagot. Next, for letter E, with the Z-score of the sampling distribution is 0.98, how many pages does that book contain? Yan, that's very easy. You have a Z-score now. And then we need to know how many pages does that contain. You remember the formula, it goes like this. We have 0.98 and then V is equivalent to X minus the mu, which is 150, divided by the standard deviation of this one. 15 divided by the square root of 25. Then we multiply both sides by that one. This one cancels. And then this one, this is divided by 3. So times 3. Doing that will give you negative, divided this 24, 26. So that becomes negative 2.64. Tama ba? Let's see. So negative 0.98 times 3. Times 3. Tama. Tama, it's 9. Because 3 times 9 is 27. So that's negative 2.94. Then, X minus 150. So add 150 to both sides. And then we add 150. So that we can get the raw score. So tama nga, that's 147.06 pages or just simply 147 pages. Itong solution na to, sinandardized, I just standardized this formula and we're supposed to get this negative 0.98. Then I apply the formula 0.98 times the standard deviation, then plus 150 to give you this answer. Last but not least, so letter F, when the sampling distribution is implied, a probability of 26.42% pertains to a book which contains how many pages greater than the mean. Ibig sabihin, it should be greater than 150 pages. So for 26.42%, where can you find that on our yan? 0.72. So 0.72, dito siya. So how many pages is that? So we need to find 0.72. Then we apply the same formula. This is x minus the mu, which is 150. Then divide by the 15, divide by the square root of 25. This simplifies to 5. 15 divided by 3 is 3. So we multiply both sides by 3. Therefore, this becomes, ano to? This is 6. This is 21. 2.16. And x minus 150. So therefore, we add 150 to both sides. 150. So 152.16. So, yun nga. And that's 2 pages greater from the mean. That's it.